And so I thought it was possible I could continue to serve that office. I was wrong. After 3 weeks of training and getting prepared for the next week, that Friday I left work. I walked to the metro station. I got on the train and I pulled out my phone and I saw a litigation hold that had been put on it. And attached to that was a memo that gave Mr. Martin permission to fire probationary employees from the Capitol Siege section that were moved to other places in the office. The memo referenced people, but didn't have a list of names attached. But the information provided was confusing. I knew I was probably on the list, but I didn't know exactly what was going on. I headed back to the office so I could figure out what was happening. I was met by my colleagues who shared their confusion and a heartbreak over this sudden event. We left the office, and 2 hours later, the letters started rolling in, terminating us. At the end of the night, 15 assistant U.S. attorneys had been fired. The termination letter I received stated the decision was based on your actions in the prosecution of persons relating to the events that occurred at or near the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. An executive order issued on January 20th, 2025, the president characterized that work as having involved a grave national injustice that has perpetrated upon the American people over the last 4 years. It went on to say that my hiring has hindered the ability of the acting U.S. Attorney Martin to staff his office in furtherance of his obligation to faithfully implement the agenda that the American people elected President Trump to execute. The termination letter made it clear to me that Mr. Martin does not understand the role of a prosecutor. U.S. attorneys represent the United States of America, not the president. Firing 15 qualified attorneys created an immediate deficit in the office to appropriately prosecute cases.
So these are the people that will send you to jail and don't give a shit, but then they go and cry in a public place that, oh, I got fired for this shit. And so first they're all liberal, they're claiming freedom for all, everybody loves everybody. But when you heard them, when it comes to them, they suddenly start crying and falling apart. This is what I've been dealing with my entire life. As you can see, I'm not young right now. I'm over 60. And I've been dealing with this shit my whole life. I've been working in companies where HR just takes a shit on you and don't give a shit, even though you have family, somebody to take care of, and they just fire you for no fucking reason, just because of something that they made up as a policy and fired you for it, okay? And then when it comes to their time, suddenly they're crying and, oh, what empathy, but they have no empathy for anyone else. I think this is well deserved. And I hope to see more of that, but I doubt it will happen because there are still people like Letitia James and Jasmine Crackett, AOC, Omar, whatever, all these fucking idiots in a government that seem to survive anything, no matter what they do, no matter how much law they break, they still seem to survive and make more money. Meanwhile, citizens like us, we get screwed every day by people like this, okay?